Good, this is number 24. This will be your ring for the day. So
the winning car.
The winning car, absolutely right. This is an experienced car, she'll treat you well.
Perfect.
Good. Okay, let's try and step in and get a feel for getting into the car. To release the wheel, if you need to get out of the car in a hurry, which we obviously trust that you won't, you just put your fingers through, pull the spring loaded and just pull it off. Then you can slip the wheel on there. Don't hesitate to climb all over the seat.
Okay.
And wriggle your way in, and then we'll see how you're fitting and sitting on the pedals there. Okay, find the pedals.
Perfect.
Good, you've got reasonable movement. Just push the clutch pedal all the way down on the left. Just make sure you can get it all the way down. How does that feel?
All the way down. Perfect.
Good. And you can swivel across onto the brake pedal there with your right foot. Find your way around the pedals. And an international traveller such as yourself will have no problem with the fact we've put the gear lever on the wrong side of the car for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see.
What we're going to do though is we're going to keep things pretty simple in that we're going to run third and fourth gear. So that naturally sits in that plain third and fourth gear. So all you'll be doing is pushing it forward and pulling it back.
Forward and backwards.
And in fact, when we pull away from pit lane, we'll probably just pull away in third gear. We'll just push you from behind to get you that little bit of momentum, and away you go.
Awesome.
The first lap or two that you're out there, even just happily go around in first gear. You know, we've got all day. I don't know how much time you've got. We've got all day. So if you need to go and have a couple of laps, just not rushing yourself, not putting any pressure on yourself, just get comfortable with the car and get familiar.
100%.
Okay, a couple of things then to learn from there. This is the master cut-off switch. So in the unlikely event of a landing at sea, no, that's the wrong briefing. In the unlikely event, for whatever reason, either the car's getting pretty hot or for whatever reason you think it's time to stop, bring the car to a stop and you can just release that. You just turn it anti-clockwise and that comes out. That's it. So everything, that kills everything. Yeah, that kills everything. There is a fire extinguisher tucked down into here. You certainly won't be needing that. And in fact, whatever happens, all you need to do is get yourself clear. So we're not worried about burning cars, we're worried about burning people. Don't worry about trying to put any fires out. If for whatever reason anything goes wrong, you just want to get out of the car as briskly as possible.
Perfect.
That brings us to the safety belts. We're going to be strapping you in pretty tight, pretty uncomfortably. And this buckle is your quick release. So in the normal position, you feel that let's slip that in, for the time being. And all you do is you can rotate that in any direction and it'll release everything at the same time.
Okay.
That's then going to fall away. You can then get yourself out of the car.
Perfect.
And as I say, if anything like that happens, just get out, step well clear, and we'll worry about what happens after that.
100%.
Good. More than that, we've had the drive in the car. You know your way around the track. I think we're going to be good to go.
Oh, Drikus du Plessis getting strapped in now and ready to go for his first attempt out here in these two-seater Nash specials. It's never the most glamorous exercise to get into a race car, no matter how big or small you are. Once you're in, it's time to go and experience what it's like at the hands of a seasoned campaigner. And James Forbes will definitely teach you a lot, particularly when it comes to sports cars. Having spent a lot of time in sports cars himself, we get to see the practice sessions now for the first time, where Drikus is behind the wheel by himself, and yep, kind of expected to see some of that. A little over-exuberant there. That's not Drikus though. No, that's Valentino Rossi. That's our Stig driver. In the 4.6, getting out of shape. Trying to keep it all together now, you got to try and make sure that you stay on the lines that James has shown you. And of course, around mid-vol, it's crucial to hit those lines. There are some bumps and nudges that can really affect your lap time and also drop you away from your competition. So to hit the lines that you've been given is probably the ideal thing to do. This is Drikus' point of view. Let's have a look and see how he's going into turn number 3 now. It's a big, tricky double left-hander. And then a short little squirt and, a little bit too much on the loud pedal. And out of shape. I think there was a wry smile underneath that helmet, to be very honest with you. It's now time to go racing. So our two-season campaign is going to try and show Drikus the way around. Johan Sneeman, we're on board with him as we go down into turn 2. And coming out of turn 2, the turn 3, as I said, is that second part of this very tricky almost triple left-hander here. And then it's a little short squirt into the right-hander. Drikus staying out front at the moment and showing the boys the way around. It's not a bad effort here from our kickboxing and EFC fighter. And as I said earlier on, he's pretty much up for the fight. First time in anger now down that back straight at mid-vol. Yes, it hasn't got a massive amount of power, but it has got great handling. And you will definitely get an exact feel of what a race car should feel like in one of these Nash specials. Good late braking. Nice. Good turn-in point as well. He kept it very late before he turned in to find the apex there for the corner at the end of that main straightaway, which sets him up nicely here for the complex. Looking at the cones, using all the information that was passed on to him by James Forbes, and that's not a bad bit of information to have, I can tell you that much. And now coming to complete lap number 1. Trying to keep it all together. Lovely stuff. Line astern. Across the line, a little bit of information being given there. The Nash Motorsport boys just passing that information on. And it looks like it's all going well. Drikus hanging on to the lead. It looks like he's going to be a tough man to beat you. He's pretty much using this like he would in a ring and show you who's boss. 2-litre, 4-cylinder, 8-valve motor, working hard now. And he's having to work hard because a little bit of pressure now coming in the closing stages. Our 2 usual campaigners are right on his tail and applying the pressure. Let's see if we can soak that pressure up. He should be used to pressure. The kind of pressure you fight in an EFC cage is a lot more than what he's experiencing right now. But of course, this is completely different to cage fighting. Let's see if he can keep it all together now for the last couple of turns. It's a good effort here from the man who spends most of his time with some gloves on the hand. Not the ones he's got on today, not those ATS ones, that's for sure. This is fantastic stuff. Billy Snyman trying to close down now. Can he do anything about him? Snyman closing right onto the back end of Plessis. As they come through the complex, he's kept it very even here. There's not been much of an attempt from the 2 boys behind to get past, and I think Drikus might be able to hang on here. So he keeps it all together. Only a couple of laps to go. The pressure's definitely on now. Now our seasoned race drivers are certainly looking for opportunities if they can find them. Coming onto that back straight, that's a great line to have. He's taken a wide entry, and it's a very late apex onto the back straight. Change up between the 2 boys behind, though, could possibly be on the cards. The fight is between our 2 race drivers and not the celeb. Snyman at the back, looking to close down on Billy. Billy just ahead. Let's see if anybody can keep it all together now for this last couple of turns. Ooh, running off track ever so slightly. That could be costly. Just able to survive. Johan nearly diving up the inside and trying to find a way through. Didn't quite get there. Drikus is hanging on. Can you believe this? This is fantastic action between these guys. And looks like Plessis has found his niche. He's got a great rhythm, and he's not letting the other 2 get anywhere close to an overtaking opportunity. Another lap down, and it's pretty much plain sailing. And here we go. A bit more pressure now coming from behind. A little bit of a change up for second and third. Could we see that going into the turn? No, not quite close enough just yet. But great stuff between these 2 behind. I think they might be just fighting a little bit too hard amongst themselves and allowing Drikus to get away. That is definitely what happens in a normal racing scenario. You have 2 cars that start fighting with each other, and it slows them down ever so slightly and either allows you to close in on them or get away. And that's exactly what Drikus is doing right now. He is getting away. Very late braking. They've closed in on him coming into the complex. That's just a little bit of lack of experience in terms of how to keep the late braking. Probably thinking to himself, is this car going to last? Yes, it's definitely going to last. The Nash Motorsport boys have built a very good package here. 265,000 Rand for one of these race cars. You can't go wrong. And you'll be very competitive in them as well. And now coming through to the checkered flag. And Plessis is going to take it. Can you believe it? He's beaten our 2 seasoned campaigners across the line in Racing with Celebs.
Yeah, it was absolutely one of the most fun things I've ever done. Yes, it had my heart pumping from the word get-go, and yeah, definitely something that I recommend to anybody. It's a fun day out, and yeah, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's I would definitely love to get that feeling. It's very hard to get that feeling to explain it to anybody, but yeah, once you're behind that wheel, man, you feel totally in control, but also not in control at all.
Well, we saw him out of control. Let's catch up with him afterwards and find out where he's more at home in the ring.